Okay. Uh, the Cowboys are being destroyed right now. I think 41-7. Saquon Barkley got over 2,000 yards on 30 carries. They just kept giving him the goddamn ball to make sure he got to 2,000 yards. Um, well, I mean, what can I say? We got destroyed today. No CD Lamb. Cooper Rush came back down to earth. Draft stock improved. I mean, game means nothing. The Cowboys came out there like it meant nothing to them. Um, I mean, of course, you want to beat the Eagles because you can't stand those frauds, those fucks, and they will get their comeuppance in the playoffs, and I'll be there to see it, and I'll be so happy to put them in the sit your ass down room. But yeah, it's nothing you can take away from this game. Oh, but I have to say this. I have to get this out the way. Um, all you people who said Cooper Rush over Dak, you can sit down now. You can sit down. Cooper Rush threw 2 touchdowns before the Eagles offense even got on the field. He's just handing out touchdowns the first 2 possessions, you know. It I don't know what Cooper Rush was seeing out there, throwing into triple coverage. On one of the picks, he threw into triple coverage. I'm like, bruh, like you weren't rushed, you weren't hurried, none of that. You had clear vision of the field, and you decided to do that. Don't know what that's all about. I don't know what that's about. This game clearly it shows you that Cooper Rush is not a starter in the league. Uh, People who saying you should build around Cooper Rush because he's so cheap, brothers, you cannot win in this league without competent quarterback play. The reason why Dak commanded $60 million, brothers, I understand you may not like him, but he is a competent quarterback in this league. He can get you to the playoffs time in and time out. Okay? He was the runner-up in the MVP. He was an all-pro last year. That's why you paid him $60 million. There are no other options out there. He's your best option, free agency or the NFL draft. That's why you paid Dak. And don't be fooled by the 3-5 record. If Dak was playing the entire season, all the games that Cooper Rush won, Dak would have won, plus maybe 1 or 2 more. He would have beaten the Bengals, and he would have made it close against the Texans. That Texans game could have gone either way had Dak played that game, because there were crucial throws that Cooper missed in that game that Dak would have hit that could have changed the tide of the season, of the game. So I don't want to hear that shit about how like Dak was 3-5. I don't think Cooper Rush would have done any better against the Saints, against the Ravens. I don't think he would have done any better against those teams. The Lions, the Niners. I don't think, and the Niners are trash this season. They have a worse record than us. But I don't think Cooper Rush would have won those games either. Wouldn't have beat the Falcons either. He came in against the Falcons when Dak got hurt. So, brothers, get off of the Cooper Rush train. No amount of building around a player like Cooper Rush is going to make Cooper Rush into a competent starting quarterback. I'm sorry. You can have all the weapons in the world for Cooper Rush. That doesn't mean he's going to hit them. The Eagles whooping our ass today shows that Cooper Rush is not the guy. He's never been the guy. He's not even close to being the guy. He's a good backup. We got to bring him back because he's a good backup. He can win you a couple of games here and there. He did that this season. But don't expect him to turn it up against... Just don't expect much from him other than that. Okay? But with this shellacking, with this beatdown, maybe we're still in the running for Ashton Genty. Like I said, I think even though Rico Dowdle fumbled today, Rico Dowdle, he's going to get 1,000 yards this season. He's a serviceable running back. He's a decent running back. And if we can't get Ashton Genty, I'm okay with Omari and Hampton. There's plenty of other backs in this draft, but if we can get Ashton Genty, pair him up with Rico, I think we'll be a force to a force to be reckoned with next season. Receivers, we're going to need another receiver other than CeeDee Lamb. This offense is just inoperable without CeeDee Lamb. It just is. CeeDee Lamb is fucking phenomenal. Even with a bum shoulder, he's phenomenal. He can still get open. Brandon Cooks had a couple of catches where I'm like, oh, okay. But Brandon Cooks, at this point in his career, is not a number 2. Jalen Tolbert is not a number 2. I'm okay with both of those players coming back, but they're not a number 2 receiver. We need a true number 2. We can find one in this draft. The offensive line, Cooper Beebe has been looking pretty good lately. Brock Hoffman looks good. Of course, Tyler Smith. Terrence Steele, we got to get rid of him. He's got to go. He's looked a little bit better as of late, but he's extremely inconsistent. And when you're going against top-tier edge rushers and top teams in the league, he just folds. He has to go. We have to upgrade that side of the football. Tyler Guyton. We have a lot of needs that we need to address. But if we can get Ashton Genty, let's get him. I'm sure losing this game in impressive fashion will help us in that way. I would hope. And I don't see a lot of top teams drafting Ashton Genty because they have other needs. There are so many quarterback QB needy teams in this draft. Abdul Carter, there are a lot of teams that are going to want to get him. Micah Clone. Shit, I wish we could get him. I'm not going to lie. I would draft Abdul Carter over Ashton Genty. He's number 11 at Penn State. Oh, man, pairing him with Micah Parsons. Ooh, sweet Jesus, man. But he's going to be gone. So Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter, those guys are going to be gone for sure. Abdul Carter along with them, they're going to be gone for sure. That receiver from Arizona, he's going to be gone. We're not going to be able to get him. There are just a lot of teams right now. They have so many more pressing needs other than running back. So I don't see them going for Ashton Genty. He should be available by the time we get there and pick. He should be available. With us getting blown out like this, I'm not too. I really don't care about winning next week against the Redskins. You know what? We put up a good fight. We didn't roll over and die and pack in the season. I'm glad we didn't do that. I'm so glad we didn't do that. We showed heart towards the end. We beat Tampa Bay. We shellacked the Carolina Panthers. We beat the Redskins this year. So we did some good things. We fought hard. We didn't give up. But now with CeeDee Lamb shut down, you couldn't really do much against the Eagles today. They had Kenny Pickett out there. He ain't shit. And then they got the McKee guy out there. He ain't shit either. Yeah, let's just shut it down. We showed heart. We showed grit. We showed some toughness. I don't care about winning out for the rest of the season now. We won 4 out of the last 5 games. Well, 4 of the last 6, including today. I'm okay with just losing out now. I'm okay with that. Redskins game don't mean shit. So let's just get the best draft pick possible now. And let's move forward. That's hoping that next season with everybody healthy, everybody, all the important pieces coming back and having a good draft, hopefully this time next year we'll be fighting for the top 2 seeds instead of, fighting to ruin other teams' playoff chances. So hopefully we'll get back to that 12-5, 13-4 type of season. Yeah. But, yeah, brothers, this game is over with. Fuck it, shit, I had a feeling we weren't going to be able to move the ball much anyway without CeeDee Lamb. Once